Good evening, everyone. What's up? Just ate a satisfying meal and topped it off with a meaty dessert. This is Mr. Hotta speaking. Previously, there was a video on why VHS tapes have importance to history. This evening's video is on why there's no cheap life. Why there's no such thing as a cheap life. Well, there really isn't. To buy most stuff in life costs money. Most food products cost money. And it is said that one cannot live off minimum wage because they wouldn't be able to pay their electric bills, even rent an apartment. They would not live off just one job. They would have to work like 3 jobs to pay everything. And some people just don't want to do that. However, the reason why they're doing all right because of government assistance food stamps, but without that, they wouldn't be able to make it past. They wouldn't be able to make it at all. The problem is that one cannot live. Life is not cheap. Well, it isn't because one has to buy food unless they're going to hunt for it or grow for it themselves, which isn't as convenient as just buying it at the grocery store. And one has to pay house bills, they have to pay taxes, house bills, electric bills, water bills. What else? They have to pay for the rent or their house, which is expensive. They also have to buy like other stuff, like other necessities. There really is no cheap life. One can't live off just a few dollars. And to eat a variety of food, it costs a lot of money to eat a variety of food. If one lives off food stamps in like a very low budget, there's not much food that they can buy. They pretty much would have to eat the same stuff over and over again because that's the only food they can afford. It's like ramen and macaroni and cheese packets are a very well-known example. Or like some potato chips are cheaper than others. Mostly flour products, pretty much, they would have to mostly live off of. I mean, there is most lives that do well are not cheap lives because they would barely even be able to afford the necessities. They wouldn't even be able to afford them without government assistance. Let's see what else. Oh yeah. Like there is to live comfortably and to buy like some expensive possessions. There's no cheap life involved in that because that would cost about maybe a tenth of a minimum wage salary, even more. It's crazy. No one can live off a cheap life unless they live out in the wild or unless they like use certain resources well and not just like what everyone else does. So it's very hard. Sorry for this rambling the whole time, but just want to get that out of the way. But overall, there is no such thing as a cheap life. Life is not cheap because $1. Look, food, for example, like a little pack of cookies costs $1. A little bag of flour costs $1. Most people wouldn't be able to live off just $3 a day on food. They wouldn't be able to live off just a little bit of money. They need a lot of money to pay for all their expenses and all that. So that's got to be taken seriously. They can't cut corners. There's just some stuff they can't cut corners in. Sorry for rambling. Don't know why. That's all there is to say for this video. This wasn't a rant. This was just an explanation as why there is no such thing as a cheap life. So with that, that's all there is to say for this video. See you on the next video.